Funny, sorry for the smiling, but I think he's doing a good job of tarnishing his own reputation, to be honest. We don't, in fact, if we kept quiet for 1 week, he'll say a lot of wrong things in that 1 week that we can never come and accuse him of doing. So I think he needs to perhaps take some time to really think about the things that he wants to say before he says them, because he does represent all of us, including the opposition. And if we are tarnishing his reputation in any way, then he should point out where specifically we are doing that. And he's challenged us. Again, I'm smiling. He's challenged us of mishandling the vote of no confidence. I think the entire country can see that we didn't mishandle the situation at all. We put in a motion of no confidence. The speaker wrote to us. We then responded. It still wasn't on the floor. This was still between the speaker and the opposition. They then came and took one of our members. So in preparation for that member withdrawing and nullifying our motion, we then prepared a third motion. This is the proper process, the proper way of doing things. It was still with the speaker and the opposition. Remember, the office of the speaker is equal, it should be equal to both sides. So we were still dealing with the speaker. When the final motion went, which was the one on the 20th, that one should have been considered by private business committee. Which one of those the private business committee dealt with, we still don't know to this day. Now the Prime Minister comes out and accuses us of falsifying someone's signature. I don't know the Honorable Douglas Tomrias's signature. I don't even know Karenga's signature, the Honorable Keith Iduhu. I don't know their signatures. Yet you have 5 members of the business committee. They suddenly became experts at verifying signatures. And they knew everybody's signature and they were like, this one is falsified. I mean, you don't get to look him up. This is like silly. It's almost like kids playing a ball. The conditions required in the Constitution for us to fulfill, we fulfilled everything to the requirement that the clerk and the speaker needed. That was all we were supposed to do, and we did all of that. When they couldn't find a single fault, the only fault they could come up with is that we forged someone's signature. Now just imagine this. Mipla the opposition, Mipla sit down running table now. I think it was the Honorable Keith Uruhu. He took 2 copies and went to every member, and every member signed. And then Keith just went around. And so 1 copy went to the speaker, and we kept the other copy. And all the members signed both copies. And we are all dumbfounded as to how a forgery occurred in that situation. So anyway, you all media, you can sort of come to your own conclusions there. In terms of why we are not going to court, and again, he's accusing us of trying to scuttle the vote of no confidence. Look, when you've been working with those people who are now members of the business committee and the Prime Minister himself, you already know that they'll say one thing and they'll do something else. You mean some minutes? You mean long. So we anticipated that this was the first one they are trying to pull. So in fact, we outsmarted them by not going to court. And now they're saying, oh well, you should have gone to court. So again, we don't know how Mibla Prime Minister, I mean, he needs to tell us where we are doing that. But the opposition, we did our research. We've got lawyers, and these lawyers advised us and said, look, don't go like this. And that's another thing. We don't know who his advisors are, but maybe from time to time he might want to take some of that advice. He's got all the money there. I mean, his department is operating on what, 300, 400, 500 million a year, so he can afford really good advisors. And one of the recommendations from us, the alternative government, is that we think the Prime Minister should start taking some of that advice, because we do take advice. We are humble enough to take advice. Let me just say that. And the other thing is, we're not power hungry. We're not going to rush this thing. We decided, many of us, to leave and join the opposition was already there, because we were dissatisfied with the performance of the government. We were dissatisfied with the responses to a lot of the issues facing our people, facing our country. So when the vote of no confidence opportunity came around, we felt we were doing it on behalf of people, and we still do. I was in Leh yesterday, and I can tell you, the people of Marape, the comments that were expressed to me on their dissatisfaction with the government, and then at the airport, where you had people from the highlands and Marape all trying to catch the flight. You know, sometimes we should listen to what our people are saying. The loss of public confidence in our good Prime Minister has nothing really to do with the opposition. You know, people are making the public and lose confidence, no,